Hi, I'm Cosmic Scowl, the developer behind the PSBBN Definitive English patch. Here's this month's update on everything that's new with PSBBN. PCM 720 used his wizardry to bypass the CRC security check in PSBBN's BootElf. This enabled me to modify and recompile the kernel, unlocking a bunch of new features that weren't previously possible, and opening the doors to even more in the future, such as the cross and circle buttons have been swapped. Cross is now enter and circle is now back. I've added support for the PlayStation 2 DVD remote control, the play, pause, next, previous, scan, stop and display buttons can now be used during music and movie playback in the music and movie channels. The enter button can also be used when navigating menus. These features plus updates to the PlayStation BB guide and improvements to the English translation are included with the definitive patch version 2.11. There are two ways to update: run the PSBBN installer script or run the extra script and select Update PSBBN software. Rerunning the PSBBN installer will mean reinstalling your games and everything else you have on your drive. If you have already updated to version 2.10, you can upgrade with the extra script and keep all your data intact. To complete the upgrade via the extra script, you will need a USB keyboard and a FAT32 formatted USB drive, ideally 128GB or less. If you are running a version lower than 2.10, you must update by rerunning the PSBBN installer. Good news, once you upgrade to version 2.11, future updates will be super easy. No need for a USB drive or keyboard anymore, since the update system gets an upgrade too. Before updating, first thing you should do is make sure you are running patch version 2.10. Boot into PSBBN, press select to open the navigator menu, then select About BB Navigator. The patch version will be displayed. Next, ensure your USB keyboard and USB drive are compatible with PSBBN. Connect your USB keyboard and drive to your PS2 console. You should be able to navigate the PSBBN menus by using the keyboard. Use the arrow keys and enter to select items. Press escape to go back. To test your USB drive, go to the photo channel. Select digital camera. It will display a message saying checking connection. Wait for it to connect. If your USB drive has no images on it, a message will be displayed that says no data. If there are images on your USB drive, it should display a digital camera album with a thumbnail. If you get the message connect digital camera and insert media, your USB drive is not compatible. Make sure it is formatted as FAT32. If it still does not work, try a different drive. If you are running the correct version and both your USB drive and keyboard work, it is safe to update with the extra script. Shut down your console and connect your HDD or SSD to your PC. Run the extra script. And select option 1. It will check for the latest update and inform you that you'll need a FAT32 formatted USB drive and keyboard to finalise the update. Press Y to continue. The update will download. You will then be given instructions on how to proceed. Press any key to return to the main menu, then type Q and press enter to quit. Copy the file bnupdate.tar.gz to your USB drive. Reconnect your HDD or SSD to the PS2 console, along with the USB drive and keyboard. Turn on your console. When you see the PlayStation 2 logo, press and hold any button on the controller until Linux begins to boot. When at the login prompt, type root. When prompted for a password, type password. At the command line, type bnupdate. The update will only take a couple of seconds to install. Once complete, type halt to shut down the console. Congratulations, you have now upgraded to Definitive Patch 2.11. In other news, the game installer has also received updates. 3D icons for your game collection displayed in Browser 2.0 are downloaded from the HDD OSD icon database. The database included around 500 handmade icons, leaving much of your collection with default icons. Thanks to the combined efforts of Sakatoshi and me, if an icon is not available in a database, the game installer now automatically generates 3D icons. It works by downloading cover images from the OPL Manager Art database, creating a texture from them, then applying that texture to a 3D model. All icons created are automatically submitted to the HDD OSD icon database. Missing icons are also automatically reported. This feature went live on the 13th of June, and by running the game installer, you collectively generated over 4,000 unique icons in just 1 week. There have also been updates relating to PlayStation 1 games. Previously, I added a manual for PS1 games that can be accessed from the game collection. It details hotkeys that can be used during gameplay, including how to swap discs. Previously, the swap disc feature required additional manual setup to work. This is now handled automatically by the game installer. Multi-disc games now use a single virtual memory card. Syncon Luma introduced a feature in his XEB Plus Neutrino Launcher plugin that added group virtual memory cards for PS2 games. This feature has since been added to the latest pre-releases of OPL. I thought it would be a good idea to implement this feature for PS1 games too. PS1 games that can interact with each other's save data now share a single VMC. For example, this allows licenses earned in Gran Turismo to be transferred to Gran Turismo 2, and Metal Gear Solid Psycho Mantis to comment on other Konami games you've played.
I can see into your mind. You like Castlevania, don't you?
The same method used to create 3D icons for games is now also used to give VMCs their own custom icons. The icon was designed by Yawn, with custom textures generated automatically with game logos from the OPL Manager Art database. The icon titles are also much improved and better formatted, allowing you to see the disc number for multi-disc games, for example. The annoying bug that caused the screen to flicker in Browser 2.0 that has plagued Popstarter forever is now also gone. If you load a PS1 game and notice that your save file is now missing, don't worry, your save is safe. The game you're playing most likely now belongs to a group. Launch wlaunch-elf, select the file browser, go down to HDD0, select common/pops, find the folder for the game you're playing, in this case Metal Gear Solid, copy slot0.vmc and slot1.vmc, go back and find the appropriate group, in this case GP Konami USA. Paste your VMCs here. You'll now be able to carry on from where you left off. In some quick update news, you may have noticed that wlaunch-elf looks slightly different. This is because it has been upgraded to wlaunch-elf ISR. It is more stable than the build it's replacing. It also adds support for exFAT on external drives, and you can browse SD cards on the Memcard Pro 2 and SD2 PSX. Neutrino has been updated to version 1.7.0, bringing with it improved compatibility with a variety of PS2 games. OPL has been updated to the latest pre-release and includes support for VMC groups for PS2 games. The list builder is now better at extracting game IDs for edge cases. It now handles non-standard IDs and non-standard system CNF files. Finally, in the PSBBN installer, you can now choose the size of your POPs partition instead of it using all remaining space, leaving that space available for future use. You can find the full release notes of this update on the GitHub page, along with an updated README. That just about covers everything for this month. If you appreciate the work I'm putting into the PSBBN Definitive English patch and would like to support its continued development, you can contribute to my Ko-fi. You will find a link in the description and the pinned comment. If you want to keep up to date with the latest developments, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky or Ko-fi. As always, all links will be in the description, but for now, this is Cosmic Scale signing out.